Hello everyone, welcome to New Wave Coaching Classes for Mathematics. This is your host Jatin. So what we have to do today? Till now, what we have discussed all the three methods, that are the algebraic methods to simplify the pair of linear equations, and also how we can use graphical method to simplify the pair of linear equations. So what's next? What's next is the number of statement questions which are left in exercise 3.5. So today what we are going to discuss about the statement questions of exercise 3.5. What I will do, I will be just giving you the equations and you will be simplifying yourself. And in between, I will be giving you a question whose answer you will have to write in the comment section, right? So let's begin the exercise 3.5 with the first part of the fourth question. Now let's see the first part. Where the first part given is given a part of monthly hostel charges is fixed and the remaining depends on the number of days one has taken food in the mess. When the student A takes food for 20 days, she has to pay rupees 1000 as hostel charges. When the student B, who takes food for 26 days, pays rupees 1180 as hostel charges. Find the fixed charges and the cost of food per day, right? So what we have to do, the thing which we have to find the fixed charge and cost of food per day. So these are the two things we have supposed as X and Y. So now I begin, let the fixed charge is equal to rupees X and the cost of food per day is equal to rupees Y. Now what is given? Total charges paid for 20 days is rupees 1000. Now how we form the equation? It is given fixed charges means fixed. There will be no change that they have to pay. Now what else? This is cost of food per day. Suppose the cost of food per day is rupees 50. So it means for 1 day you pay 50 rupees. For 2 days you pay rupees 100. For 5 days you pay 250. For 10 days you pay 500 rupees. Now here what we have the cost of food per day as Y. Now the number of days the food has been taken in the mess is 20. It means the total charges for that would be 20 into Y, that is 20Y. It means whatever the total charges will become for 20 days, that will be X plus 20Y equals to 1000. Fixed charges as it is and the cost of food for 20 days, that is 20Y, right? Similarly, our second equation is given total charges paid for 26 days is equal to rupees 1180, and proceeding the same way as we have proceeded to form the first equation, we can write x plus 26y is equal to 1180. Now you can simplify the two equations in any of the form because it's given. You can apply any method, any algebraic method, that is you can apply substitution method, you can apply elimination method, or you can apply a cross multiplication method to simplify the two equations, right? So now let's go to the next part of this question. It's given a fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator and it becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to its denominator. Find the fraction. Now, obviously there are two parts in the fraction. The upper part is called as the numerator and the lower or the bottom part is called as the denominator. So what we have written, let the numerator is equal to x and the denominator is equal to y. Therefore, the fraction equals to x by y. Now, what is the first condition given to us? A fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator. So, this is the fraction. If we subtract 1 from the numerator, that is x minus 1, upon y, it becomes 1 by 3. So, we cross multiply. This is 3x minus 3 equals to y. And on simplify, I get the first equation as 3x minus y equals to 3. Right? Similarly, the next condition it is given, it becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to the denominator. So this is my fraction. If I add 8 in the denominator, that is x upon y plus 8, it becomes 1 by 4. So I cross multiply, this 4x equals to y plus 8 and I get the second equation as 4x minus y equals to 8. Again, these are the two equations. You can simplify the best way you like it, right? Now the third part is given. Yash scored 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. Had 4 marks been awarded for each correct answer and 2 marks had been deducted for each incorrect answer, then Yash would have scored 50 marks. How many questions were there in the test? Now what they have asked, they have asked the number of questions. So what we can do, we can firstly write, let the number of right answers is equal to x and the number of wrong answers is equal to y. Now if we see, if we break the statement, if the two conditions given to us as, in the first case it is given, if the marks awarded for the correct answer is 3 and 1 is deducted for the wrong answer, so he gets 40 marks. So how we can represent it? Now marks for each right answer is given as 3 and mark for each wrong answer is minus 1. Since we are deducting, so we are taking it as minus 1. Now if suppose the person has given x number of answers as right, so it means the number of the marks he will get is 3 into x, that is 3x. But since he has given y number of answers as wrong, so how many marks will be deducted? Y into minus 1, that is minus y. So the total marks would be 3x minus y and he got as 40, right? So this is how we get the first condition. Again, in the second case, it is given to us if he gets 4 marks for the right answer and 2 marks are deducted for the wrong answer. So I write marks for each right answer is 4 and marks for each wrong answer is minus 2. Again, if x number of answers are right, so total marks you get 4 into x, that is 4x. And if minus 2 is for the wrong answer and he is given y number of answers is wrong, so the marks deducted is y into minus 2 is minus 2y. And the total marks in this case he gets is 50. So that is 4x minus 2y equals to 50. Again, what we do, we can take 2 as common to simplify, make it easier. So I get the equation as 2x minus y equals to 25. So these are the two equations. The first step would be to find the value of x and the y. And then they have asked what are the total number of questions. So total number of questions can be found this way. Total questions would be x plus y. So whatever the value of x comes, whatever the value of y comes, we have to put it here and we can find the total number of questions, right? Now, before we proceed to the next part of the question, today's question for you, whose answer you will be giving in the comment section. I have two equations. Let me write on the board. I have two equations. X equals to 2, y equals to 3. These are the two equations. X equals to 2, y equals to 3. What is the common solution for them? You have to give me in the comment section, right? And you have to tell by which method you have done its solution, right? Now let's go to the next part. Now if you read the next part, it's given places A and B are 100 km apart on a highway. One car starts from A, another from B at the same time. If the car travels in the same direction at different speeds, they meet in 5 hours. If they travel towards each other, they meet in 1 hour. What are the speeds of the two cars? Right? So let's understand the first thing. What we have to find the speed of the two cars. So what we can take, let the speed of car from A is equal to x km per hour and the speed of car from B is equal to y km per hour. Again, we will have to choose which is greater. So we suppose x is greater than y, right? Now it is given that there are two places A and B. And the distance between them is 100 kilometer. Now in the case 1, now what is the first case given? In the first case is given if the car travels in the same direction. It means both of them are moving this way. Now if you remember in your physics you learned if the two things are moving in the same direction, then we find relative speed. That is the speed of one object with respect to the other object, right? So in the case 1, now obviously the total distance which they have to cover, that is the total distance between them which they have to overcome is 100 kilometer. Now when the objects are moving in the same direction, in that case the relative speed is the difference of the speed of the two objects. So I write relative speed is equal to x minus y kilometer per hour. So this is the relative speed. Now the time in this case, in the first case when the objects are moving in the same direction, it is given when they move in the same direction, the total time taken by them to meet is equal to 5 hours. Now what we can do, we know the relation between distance, speed and time, that speed is equal to distance upon time. So therefore x minus y is equal to 100 upon 5. So I get the first equation as x minus y is equal to 20. This is my first equation. Now I take the second case. Now in second case it is given that the objects are moving in the opposite direction. And when the objects are moving in the opposite direction, so by the physics which you have discussed in your previous class, in the class 9 in the chapter of motion, when the objects are moving in the opposite direction, in that case the relative speed is added. So case 2. Again, the distance is same, right? The distance is same. So I write total distance equals to 100 kilometer. Relative speed. Now, when the objects are moving in the opposite direction, the relative speed is added. Right? So it becomes x plus y kilometer per hour. Now the time they take to meet is 1 hour. Now again we can apply the formula speed is equal to distance upon time. So using the relation I can write x plus y is equal to 100 by 1. Therefore x plus y is equal to 100. This is my second equation. So it's very easy to simplify the two equations. We can apply the elimination method. I write the first equation x plus y equals to 100 and x minus y equals to 20. Add the two equations, y cancels, 2x is equal to 120 and I get x equals to 60 km per hour. And I substitute the value. Therefore 60 plus y equals to 100 and therefore y is equal to 40 km per hour. Right, now let's verify. See, when they are moving in the opposite direction, the relative speed would be 60 minus 40, that is 20 km per hour. Now, the total distance that they have to cover is 100. Now, 100 by 20. How we got 20? This is 60 minus 40, relative speed, when the objects are moving in the same direction. So, 100 upon 20, I get it as 5, which is given to me 5 hours. Now, when they are moving in the opposite direction, in that case, the speed gets added. It will be 60 plus 40, 100 km, and 100 upon 100 would be 1 hour. So that is the time given to us as 1 hour, right? Let's go to the last part of this question to conclude the exercise. Now in the last question is given, the area of a rectangle gets reduced by 9 square units if its length is reduced by 5 units and breadth is increased by 3 units. If we increase the length by 3 units and the breadth by 2 units, the area increases by 67 square units. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. So whatever thing they have asked, we suppose let the length of a rectangle equals to x meters and the breadth of rectangle equals to y meter. Now since it is a question to find the area of a rectangle, so what we can suppose, but the first step would be to write the area of rectangle. Now here, area of a rectangle, now we know the formula, it's length into breadth. So I write x into y, that is xy square units. Now let's break the question. What is the first condition given to us? It's given if the length is reduced by 5, breadth is increased by 3. So I write new length. New length is given as it is reduced by 5 units. So earlier the length was x, now new length is x minus 5 meters, and new breadth is given, it is increased by 3 units, so that is y plus 3. So new area would be x minus 5 into y plus 3, that is, we multiply these two, this is xy plus 3x minus 5y minus 15 square units. Now this is our case 1. Now in the first case, what happens if the length is reduced, breadth is increased? They say the area of rectangle get reduced by 9 square units. It means whatever this area we have got, this is 9 units less than the original area. It means that the relation between the two would be something like this. That so I write according to question, xy plus 3x minus 5y minus 15 equals to xy minus 9, because it is reduced by 9 units. Now xy cancels, so I have 3x minus 5y, I shift minus 15 this side, this is 15 minus 9, so I get 3x minus 5y equals to 6. So this is my first equation, right? Now let's form the second equation. Now, in the second equation, it's given, again, new length is given to us. New length is given to us as, if we increase the length by 3 units, it means it becomes x plus 3 units. And the new breadth equals to y plus 3. So new area in this case would be x plus 3 into y plus 3. So that is xy plus 3x plus 3y plus 9. Now what they say, when we do this, then the area increases by 67 square units. It means whatever the original area is there, this area is 67 units more than the original area. It means now the condition would be something like this. So I write according to question, xy plus 3x plus 3y plus 9 equals to xy plus 67. Right? We can cancel out this xy and then we have 3x plus 3y. I shift 9 on that side. This is 67 minus 9. So therefore 3x plus 3y equals to, I get it as 58. So this is my second equation. Now what we have to do, sorry, there's a slight mistake here. The new breadth is plus 2 units. So this is 2 here 2 here, so this will be 2x, and this is 6. Again this is 2x, and this is 6, this is 6, 2x, 2x, and this is 61. So let's check it again. Once again, length is increased by 3, breadth is increased by 2, new area is increased by 67. So this is x plus 3 into y plus 2, that is xy plus 2x plus 3y plus 6, and that will be equal to xy plus 67. So I get 2x plus 3y equals to 61. So see, this is what happens if you do a slight mistake in reading the question. So be very peculiar about reading the question, right? Don't see, if you're putting any effort in the question, you know the question how to simplify, then try to make sure that nothing goes wrong in that, because they carry marks, right? So in the board exam also, if you do a slight mistake, this thing can happen, right? So now we simplify the two equations. This is 3x minus 5y equal to 6 and 2x minus 3y equals to 61. Now I use the method of cross multiplication. This is 3x. I just transform the equation equals to 0, and then 2x plus 3y minus 61 equals to 0. So let's do this question by the method of cross multiplication. X, y, 1, then again the coefficients of y first, then the constant terms, then the coefficients of x, and then again the coefficients of y. So now cross multiply. This is x upon, multiply these two, this is minus into minus, it becomes plus. 61 into 5, this is 305. Then minus, that is a compulsory minus, and this is 3 into minus 6, it is minus 18. Equals to y upon, now this is minus 6 into 2, this is minus 12, and then a compulsory negative, then this is 61 into 3, this is minus 183, right? And then that is equal to 1 upon 3 into 3, 9, minus, this is compulsory minus, and then it is minus 10. Now let's simplify it. So this is x upon 305 plus 18 equals to y upon minus 12 plus 183 equals to 1 upon 9 plus 10. See, never ever try to, you can say, skip the step. If you skip any step, there are bound to be a chance that you get wrong. So if I skip the step from here to here, this is a very important step which I am carrying when I am changing the opening the bracket and changing the sign. This is a very important step. If you miss out this step, there is bound to happen a mistake. And this is just the end of the question, and all the effort goes in the way, right? So this is x upon 323 equals to y upon, this will be 171 equals to 1 by 90. So just simplify, x is equal to 323 upon 19 and y is equal to 171 upon 19. So what we get the value of x here? So this would be, I think, let's try to multiply it. 190, 133, so 7. So this will be 17 square units, and y will be equal to 9 units. So right here, friends, this was all about the statement questions related with the exercise 3.5. Now what we have discussed all the methods to simplify the pair of linear equation two variables, that is namely the graphical method and the algebraic methods, right? What is left? You must be thinking what is left now. Yes, There are some equations which can be reduced in the form of linear equations. Although they are not linear equations, but they can be reduced to the linear equations. That thing will be coming in the next lecture, right? Till then, I say goodbye. But before I say goodbye, make sure you give me the answer of the question which I asked you in the comment section, right? So I hope you have enjoyed with the video. If you have not understood anything, try to repeat the video. Try to make sure that everything is clear. Still you are not understood, try to give me in written in the comment section. I will try to whatever the problem is there, I will try to help you in the problem, right? Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And this is your host. Goodbye and take care.